Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Berryjuicysweet Dishes. And if this is your first time, then welcome to my channel. Please hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel and hit that bell right beside. To all my returning viewers, welcome back. And to everyone, all positive vibes. Well, today we will be making some seafood lasagna. Let me show you how. Let's begin. So I'm gonna bring my lasagna noodles to a ball. Once the water boils, I'm gonna place the lasagna noodles in the water to boil until they are tender. So I have 16 ounces of crab lump meat. I got 1 pound of large peeled and deveined shrimp. I got 12 ounces of crawfish tails. And I have 8 ounces of lobster tail. So what I want to do is I want to take my shrimp. And what I want to do is I want to cut my shrimp into smaller pieces. So I cut up a half of a white onion, a half of a bell pepper, and a half of a red bell pepper. All right, so what I want to do is I just want to dice it up in smaller pieces. So once I finish dicing up my red pepper, my green pepper, and my onions, I'm going to set it to the side. So once my water starts to boil, I'm going to add in the lasagna pasta, 16 ounces or 1 pound. Okay, once my pasta is tender, I'm going to drain it. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this drain, and then I'm going to set it to the side and let it cool. Next, I'm going to melt about 4 tablespoons of butter. You can also use about a tablespoon of olive oil, but I'm going to use some butter. So once my butter has melted down, I'm going to go ahead and add that onion, red pepper, and green pepper. Now I'm going to go ahead and saute this for about 2 minutes. Next, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the minced garlic. You can use 2 garlic cloves. Next, I'm going to add in my lobster tails. I'm going to also add in my crawfish tails. Next, I'm going to add in my crab meat. Next, I'm going to add in my shrimp. Next, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Next, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of the Old Bay seasoning. Next, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of basil leaves. Next, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of the oregano. And so I'm going to let this simmer and cook together. So I'm going to let this cook on a high heat for about 5 to 7 minutes, or until my shrimp, they turn pink. Wow, I can just smell that garlic. I can smell that Old Bay seasoning. Wow. So once my seafood is cooked, try not to overcook it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to set it to the side and let it cool. Okay, let's prepare the cheese. So I'm going to prepare the ricotta cheese. I'm going to take 2 cups of the ricotta cheese. Next, I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of parsley. Next, I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of parmesan, grated parmesan cheese. And then again, that was 1 tablespoon of the parsley. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this in together. Now once I mixed up my cheese, I'm going to add 1 large egg. Once I blended in my egg really well, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt for taste and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper for taste. Stir it up. So we're going to set this to the side. So to make our cream sauce, I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to melt 4 tablespoons of butter. Once my butter is melted, I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of flour. Then I'm going to mix it well. Next, I'm going to add 4 cups of milk. Next, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of grated parmesan cheese. Next, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Next, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt for taste. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper for taste. So we're going to continue to stir this, and we're going to let this cook for 5 to 7 minutes until it begins to thicken up. As you can see, our sauce is starting to thicken up. So we're going to take this off and set it to the side. So what I want to do is just take my pan, and I want to take some sauce and then just layer the bottom of my pan with the sauce before I place my noodles. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my noodles and I'm going to place it So once I layered my pasta, I'm going to take my ricotta cheese and then I'm just going to layer the bottom of it. So once I layered the bottom of my pan with the ricotta sauce, with the ricotta cheese, I'm going to add a layer of my seafood. All right, once I've layered the top of that ricotta cheese with my seafood blend mix, I have 1 cup of mozzarella shredded cheese. So I'm just going to sprinkle some on the top. So once I've added my first layer of toppings, we're going to pour a little sauce on top of it. All right, now we want to add our second layer. So this is my second layer of lasagna noodles. I'm going to add another layer of that ricotta cheese. Okay, now that we added our second layer, we're going to add sauce on top of that. So with this second layer, we added the sauce on the top. So we're going to put our final topping, which is going to be a third layer. But we're not going to add any kind of sauce on this one because it's going to be the topping of the lasagna. All right, so we were able to get another layer. So I believe that this here is 3 layers so far. All right, let's use that as the last batch of the ricotta cheese. So with this final layer, which will be the topping of the lasagna, the top of the lasagna, we're going to add the last bit of seafood on top. No sauce. So once we've layered the top of the lasagna with the meat and the ricotta cheese, we're going to take another cup of the mozzarella cheese, and what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle this on the top of it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to heat our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll cover it up with some aluminum foil. And then we're going to bake it for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to uncover it and bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, now let's check on our lasagna. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 20 minutes uncovered. Okay, let's give it a try. After the last 20 minutes of cooking, just wanted to show you. Look at our sauce. Look at that cheese. Look at that. That is so scrumptious. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is so scrumptious, you guys. So if you cut your lasagna once it cooled down, it's going to become more firmer. Versus when you first take it out the oven, the cheese is still melting, the sauce is still trying to thicken. So it's going to be a little softer. But if you let it cool, let me show you. You'll get a perfect slice every time. Look at that. And it comes right out the pan clean. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button and also share the video. Again, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Well, bye for now.